So one of my friends finally came back to the gym last week after a 4-year hiatus. I had been trying to get him to come back to the gym for 4 years, and what it finally took was he ended up in the ER because his systolic blood pressure was 170. So your normal blood pressure is 120 over 80, and that top number that should be 120 was 170. And the worst part about this, he goes to the ER, they tell him, go see your primary care, and they'll put you on some medication. So he goes and he gets medication from his primary care. He gets anxiety medication. He gets blood pressure medication. And nobody at this point has said to him, well, why don't you start trying to exercise? Nobody asked him what his exercise regimen was. Nobody asked him if he walks. Nobody asked him if he does anything outside of, you should take this medication. It'll bring your blood pressure down. And then I sit there and I contrast this with my workout partner. My workout partner is 65 years old. And I don't think that he has worked out less than 4 days in a week since he was 15. Because of that, people will look at him and say, oh, well, you have good genetics, and take all of the credit away from him for all of the work that he's put in year after year after year. Take away from the fact that, oh, he makes good decisions when he goes and he gets food. He makes good decisions about his fitness. He makes sure that he runs once a week. He walks once a week. He hikes. He works out, 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week. So he puts in all this effort and it gets discredited with, oh, well, you have good genetics. And a lot of people use this same reasoning when they're not in good shape. It's, oh, well, it's my genetics. You don't know what it's like to have bad genetics. And it's not that we have bad genetics in this country. It's that we have a bad lifestyle. It's about the fact that we don't eat well. We don't exercise. This benchmark of you should hit 10,000 steps a day, which is about 5 miles. Nobody hits that. And that's even been lowered recently to you should get 7,000 to 8,000 steps a day in, which is even less, 3.5, maybe 4 miles. And people are not hitting that. We take the elevator. We park as close to the building as we can. We go to the drive-through. We go to get fast food instead of making our food at home, making something healthy. And all of these things add up. And we always go back to, oh, well, you have good genes. You have good genes. I have bad genes. You don't know how hard it is to do this. It's hard for everybody. And guess what? Our genetics are no different than they are in every other country. We're a melting pot. We have people of every ethnicity in this country. Outside of Native Americans, American is not an ethnicity. We are not predisposed to this because of our genetics. We are predisposed to this because our lifestyle is so much worse than it is in other places. We walk less than other places. I would bet, and I haven't looked into this, but I would bet that we're on more medications than other countries. I would bet that we eat a lot more processed food than other countries. We make poor choices and we don't take care of ourselves. And then it takes something like getting your blood pressure to 170 over whatever his diastolic was and being in the ER and thinking you might have a heart attack to get you to do something about your fitness levels. And we should never let it get to that point. All it takes is a couple workouts a week, a couple walks a week, and all of a sudden you notice that you feel better, you sleep better. Hopefully you start making better choices with your food, and you see this compound over time. And you look at somebody, like I said, like my workout partner, who's been doing it for 50 years. And those 50 years worth of benefits all pile up on top of each other. And you may be starting late. You might not get to 50 years of this habit, but get to 5 years, get to 10 years, get to 15, 20 years. See how much that changes things for you. All you have to do is start.